thinking about thinking for a moment here. Hermes, Mercury, messenger of the gods. What gods are you tuned into? That's your language. What do you see in the world? That's a reflection of the gods you see, the ones that hold you, that you hold. You don't even know it. Because you're becoming aware through your own ignorance, but we are rewarded in this world to cling to things that we know to be true, so we never grow, and we feed that energy back into the world, and we create structures and ideas and external concepts are given birth. It's weird, but it's really amazing as well. So thinking about thinking, you got to know you're wrong most of the time. And you don't do it in some self-deprecating way, you do it knowing that you're growing. And if you hang on to things, delusions form. And you become consumed by that, and then the illusion rains down on you. And so consuming your delusions and changing is a natural way to be in this chaotic place. But you're not really rewarded by this world to do that, so it's an interesting dynamic. I know many people who are very smart. They study things and they go down the rabbit holes to validate what they read if they really resonate with it. It's natural. For me, I feel it first. If it's right, if it's true, I know. If it isn't, then it shows. People get upset with me because I don't follow a logic stream that they need in order to climb. They need a ladder. I can't do ladders very well. That's dead mind. That's memorization. Entrainment. I don't like that. So sometimes I get on a ladder and then I get off when it feels right. I don't need to validate what I feel. Time will validate what I feel to be true, and I'll see the language naturally. I'm not coaxing it into being. When the language speaks to you, then you see statics, and you're tested with, do you fall into that rabbit hole, or do you hold it, take what meaning shows to you and move on to the next thing? That's always happening. And if you stand back objectively, that's a reflection of your process, your mind at rest, at work. What are you holding? What gods are you devoted to and you're not even aware of it? Because you become what it is that you're drawn into. Think of the expanse of your consciousness in and out. Virgo anchors that energy in. The myopic drill down into the detail analysis. You lose sight of the big picture and you just see the reasons for problems. And you get pulled into trying to solve those, and you forget the objectivity, the reason for the reasons. You forget your place in that objectivity. We but we identify with our focus, and we become it. So I seen the world was fucked up when I was a kid. I didn't understand it. I go to church, there's a guy nailed to a cross on a wall, blood and agony. Then there's another guy dressed up, admonishing us, telling us why we're bad, why. It's just, and we got grown people, elderly people, kneeling and bowing, and they're like devoted to this lesson, and I didn't understand. I didn't like it. It was so fake. It was just sad. It was scary. That mistrust opened me up to the reasons for mistrust at a very young age. And I fell in and through those things, and I could see those things in this world, and I could understand how they formed and why. Then everything else was just noise after that. It's like a pristine river, something falls into it, and then that thing that fell into it is off-gassing into the river. And we get caught in the flow of that off-gas, and we're safe in that bubble, those reasons. We don't want to get out of what they are. We don't know we can. But it's polluted the mind. Because we're in relation. It's as simple as that. You are the friction of that, the resonance. So I seen the world was messed up. I see all these weird things. They don't make sense. You question what arises. You get pulled into rabbit holes. You see all these things. People trying to piece together a grand illusion through their own delusions, and call to personality calls to you. And you see the battle yourself. You know that you're struggling to keep unpossessed by your quest for this knowledge, and then you can see how other people are fully possessed, or they themselves are in the struggle, and it's clearly evident. You're being called to truth. We've ignored the signs for too long. They will not be able to be ignored in life. People are trying to build, they're trying to finish their projects because they have deadlines, they have expectations, results are required. But they don't realize that the building, the corporation's burning. And more, the tragedy of that is that the people that own the corporation are outside burning it. They know. They don't want witnesses. They don't want people that are not going to be compliant to the delusion as it rolls forward. Because once you understand how this fucking world is, you're going to not want to be part of it. And most people can't help it. They can't not be part of it. I'd say the vast majority of us. So you're in isolation, in denial of God, goodness, or you're in isolation and denial of the evils. So you have to balance out that within yourself so that you do not become it external when situations arise which will demand polarity. So how clear are you? Truth, like real speaking, has been compromised on purpose. Whether it was a conscious effort or unconscious doesn't matter, but language is your friend and your enemy. And it's not the words, it's your meanings associated with the words. What programming imprinted you? Life is spiritual. You have to find your language. That's the only way to spiritualize. Don't try and fall into the entrainment of methods of other people, otherwise you're going to be fucked. And that includes media, that includes programming. It's going to be reasons to stand in your pride. Make sure it's burning pure. Right.